Humans and humans. That's right. Not ladies and gentlemen, but humans and humans, because I eliminated gender. But that's a different video and a different time. This is the new slogan for one of my next t-shirts, and another new slogan. It goes, you wouldn't call a Jewish person a Hitler, because that's who, well, you know. So why would you call natives and Africans and everyone else, and us included, Amerigos? American, meaning Amerigo. It's just an altered female version of saying Amerigo. So you wouldn't call a Jewish person a Hitler, but yet you'll call natives who, you know, Amerigo led to slaughtering them. Yeah, call them Amerigos, and then Africans. Everyone. Why would we do that? And that's why I figure this little slogan will be real simple for people to understand, because no matter how many videos I do, there's always somebody who's biased to the name because there's sentimental attachment to it. Keeps fighting me on the whole thing. But hey, you keep bringing on whatever stupid debates, and I'll keep breaking them, and that's why I'm doing this right now, late night, at like 3 in the morning. That's right. Some people like late night sex. I like late night justice. Whew. So, because I keep proving the point, but people have to keep, you know, fighting me, I brought up my last few points. Oh, and the slogan. So, hold on. Put this here. Hey, it's not as easy without Brittany here to run the camera. So anyway, I just was too excited to do this. I couldn't wait till she got up tomorrow to annoy her to do this video. This is my final point on the name America and how it's a blatant insult and a disgrace, but yet people keep hanging on to it because of sentimental attachment. Here's what it is. Okay, when the British came over here, you know, George Washington and all them, they made the colonies. They called themselves Americans because the continent was called North America by a map maker a couple years, 200 years before, in like 1507, like I said 100 times in other videos, but there's a point to all this. Okay, so this map maker names it North America, this and that, after Amerigo, which he's just some guy. Why? Just because some map maker does this, we all just run with it, but okay. Anyway, so George Washington and all them, they call themselves Americans because, well, they're not thinking about that, and they don't give a shit because they're slave owners and murderers of all people that aren't British too. So what do they care? So anyway, they're scumbags too. So anyway, so they call themselves Americans because they don't want to be called British because they're breaking away from Britain. You know, the Revolutionary War where we had this country. So okay, so they just call themselves Americans just because that's what that idiot map maker called the damn continent. And they don't even, and just like people now don't even realize what they're even saying. It's just, oh, it's America, so we're Americans. And it was called that because at the time they were the first Europeans, you know, and non-natives, white, to come over here. So here's the final points on why. You know, I know I said this 1,000 times, but I'm going to reword it for everybody who keeps trying to, you know, there alone should be enough. So that's why it's called that, and then everybody got sentimentally attached to it. Okay, so there's your, okay. So here's my final point, I hope. Trust me. I don't want to be up 3 in the morning right now doing this, but it's my duty. Okay, so the name America and why it's a blatant insult and disgusting, and we got to get rid of it. That in Columbus, because Christopher Columbus, you know, District of Columbia, Columbus, Ohio, Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, Columbus was a scumbag, and that whole Thanksgiving thing, he literally forced them all to be Christian and chopped their hands off and everything. So we need to get rid of that too. He's just as bad. It's the same thing. But anyway, but America is the name of the whole damn thing. So that's why I went with him to start. So anyway, well, you know. But we know this. I've been doing this for how long? I'm just rewording it now because I'm thinking, okay, maybe I got a better way of breaking it down. It's what it is. I'm always trying to improve the better way because people are driving me crazy and making me paranoid that I didn't already say it the best you could possibly say it. Even though Brittany tells me 100 times that I did. and people just want to be stubborn. Okay, so here's reason one why it's stupid and it doesn't have to be called America, like I said before. It was just some asshole map maker who called it that because it was the first European person to touch the land, and here's what it is. It's a blatant insult. It's obnoxious. It's pretty much implying that the land wasn't discovered until a white European guy found it. So that's pretty much saying, yeah, the natives aren't even equal to being human, or nothing. So that alone is an ultimate insult. You really like that? That's number one. Okay. So it's pretty much saying, yeah, you natives don't count as people. You're not equal. And second, the man Amerigo admitted how much more advanced they are and how civilized and nice they are. I mean, come on. They tried to show us how to live there and did everything and all that, and then he blatantly goes back and, then helps fuck them over and steal the land. So that alone is number two of why would you want to be called that? Just like I said on the slogan, you wouldn't want to be called a Hitler. So trust me, you do not want to be called an Amerigo, an American. His name, why does his name get the... It's just a botched mistake by some map maker going back to 1507, and it just never got changed. That's why I'm right by fact here, and it's not a thing of opinion, it's a thing of just, I don't know, laziness and sentimental attachment to the word, to the name. Not even realizing how disgusting it is. Okay. Let's see. So that just shows how he's a cold-hearted, horrible person to not even have a conscience, to literally say how great they are and then helping fucking them over and killing them. And then he sure didn't tell them, oh, please don't name it after me. Please change it. Third, obviously, like I said, probably a billion times in the last year, it represents a Holocaust and a genocide takeover, just like the Holocaust with Hitler. Thanksgiving, Columbus, the Amerigo thing, America, and our own U.S. government slaughtered more natives and Africans than all Jews combined, or whatever. There have been more natives killed but nobody cares. And so we have the nerve to boast by naming it that, and how the natives don't count. So it's a hashtag God complex. So there's breaking it down, I think, in even better wording on why America is such a horrible thing to call it and to call yourself. And it pretty much, here's what happened, like I said before. It started with the map maker calling it that after America when he was the first white guy to find it. But not first person. God complex. Okay. Then what happened is George Washington and them called themselves that just by a fluke because they didn't want to be called British. So they could have been called, fuckfaces, whatever the hell they named the damn continent. Okay. After they stole it. And then three, the ginormous problem happened in 70 by the liberals when they decided, oh yeah, calling the natives an Indian is insulting. Which, okay, yeah, they're not Indians, they're not from India. But is that more insulting than naming them after the guy who slaughtered them? Yeah, that's even better. Native American, Amerigo. Yeah, great. Instead of calling them an Indian, which is just okay, you're going to call them who helped slaughter them. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's much better. Like, I'm not picking sides on everything. Like, I'm against all their politics and all that shit. But, woo, liberals, yeah, you really fucked up and got everyone now warped in their heads saying Native American is the nice thing to say. Think of what? Like, and I'm crazy? Like, so I'm right, and I just don't understand why everybody's fighting me on this. Okay. So am I finally done on this topic? No, I'll have to spend another how many sleepless nights trying to reword it again, this and that, and then, we'll do it again. So that's on the name America and why it should be changed in the proof. And breaking it down just a little bit better.